I saw a few posts online where people were like, why was Kua, who was Eve, why was she comfortable talking to a serpent? Like trying to imply that she might have been crazy. But Adam and Eve, Adam and Kua, Adam and Eve, were Yahuwah's first humans, first creations. And it's sin that brings imperfection. So she definitely wasn't crazy because they hadn't sinned yet. It wasn't until after they sinned that they fell from perfection. Before that, they were perfect. They were Yahuwah's perfect creation. They were the first humans. So there was no disease, no sickness, no mental illness, no illness at all. And so it was perfectly normal for her to be talking to an animal. That's why it's important to read all the books. That's why, and they took books from us, so we don't know the whole truth. That's why some stuff don't make sense. It ain't gonna make sense until you have faith anyway. But some stuff just makes sense by reading it when you put it all together. But look, Numbers chapter 22, verses 27 through 30. And when the ass saw the angel of Yahuwah, she fell down under Balaam. And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. And Yahuwah opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto you, that you have smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said unto the ass, because you have mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now would I kill you. And the ass said unto Balaam, am not I your ass, upon which you have ridden ever since it was yours unto this day? Was I ever want to do so unto you? And he said, nay. So Balaam sat there and had a conversation with the donkey when he was mad because he wouldn't move because Balaam couldn't see the angel yet, but the donkey could see it. And so Yahuwah opened the donkey's mouth so that he could talk, and the donkey could talk. That's one instance of an animal talking, and it don't say nowhere that Balaam was caught off guard. Balaam was he was a prophet. He was high up in the things of the spirit, so he probably knew, because it don't say nowhere like he was surprised that it never said that he was surprised that the donkey was talking. He couldn't see the angel. He was surprised that the angel was there. He didn't know, but he was not surprised that the donkey was talking. He talked back to it like it was normal, but we just brushed by that. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 2. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahuwah Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, has Elohim said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. So this is Kua, who was Eve, having a conversation with the serpent now. And it don't say that she was surprised. She was not surprised that the serpent was talking. She talked right back to it. It don't say nothing. She was startled. She was scared. She was like, oh, she didn't tell Adam, look at the serpent talking to me. Nah, it was normal. And when you look at the book of Jubilees, you can see that it was normal. See, Jubilees chapter 3 gives more details on that Genesis account. Jubilees chapter 3, verse 24 and 25. And Elohim cursed the serpent and was wroth with it forever. And he was wroth with the woman because she hearkened to the voice of the serpent. See, the serpent had a voice. She hearkened to the voice of the serpent. The serpent had a voice. The serpent could talk. Because she hearkened to the voice of the serpent and did eat. And he said unto her, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your pains, and sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your return shall be unto your man, and he shall rule over you. But now look, in Jubilees chapter 3, verse 29, this shows that animals could talk. We could talk to animals. It was normal. That's how Yahuwah designed it. But after this situation, he cut that off. The serpent caused all animals to lose the ability to talk. But as you saw with Balaam and the donkey, Yahuwah can, of course, bring it back just like that. He can open somebody's mouth. He can open the animal's mouth and cause them to talk if he wants. But look, Jubilees chapter 3, verse 29. And on that day was closed the mouth of all beasts, and of all cattle, and of birds, and of whatsoever walks, and of whatsoever moves, so that they could no longer speak. so that they could no longer speak, for they had all spoken with one another, and with one lip, and with one tongue. So imagine that. So animals could speak. It was normal. People know, people know the truth. The people who we say are in power, that are controlling stuff, they know the truth. And that's why they say they put the truth in movies and shows and all that. That's why they got all these cartoons and movies with animals talking, because they know the truth. They know the truth. They want to control the truth. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing with these religions and these movies and all this. They put it out there subtly, and they want to control the truth. They know the truth, but they want to play with us. When it comes to the truth, they want to play with us. And they turn it into movies, and they use it for their profit, however they can. They want to control the truth and use it for their profit.